does perfect even mean?
Hi ladies, welcome back. It's Kimberly Ann. Today we're going to use this Jaclyn Hill palette and do an eye look. I already have my foundation, powder, bronzer, blush, and lip gloss on and my eyebrows. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I did a bunch of swatches so you can see what all of these colors look like swatched on my arm. You can see how the pigments are. Some of them are a little bit patchy when they're swatched and some of them are smooth and creamy. You can see which ones are shimmer and which ones are matte, and we're going to see now how they apply. Here is row 1, the top row of the Jaclyn Hill palette, starting on the left and working our way to the right. The first one is in light, the second is beam, then silk cream, then MFEO, then faint, sissy, and little lady. Here's row 2. The first one all the way to the left is creamsicle, then butter, pooter, pookie, hunts, firework, and queen. This is row 3. The first one is obsessed, second SBN, third Hillster, then Roxanne, then Jax, Buns, and Cranapple. This is row 4, starting on the left, Royalty, Twerk, Hustle, Meeks, 24/7, Chip, and Mocha. This is row 5, the last row. On the left, Pool Party, Jada, Diva, Enchanted, Central Park, Soda Pop, and Abyss. I'm going to use a Sigma E35 brush, and I'm going to go in to this one right here, and I'm just going to tap a little bit, tap the excess off, and then I'm going to go just right in my crease, and we're just going to do this transition shade and just kind of blend it into the crease and then down over my lid, and we're just going to build up that color. We're going to do windshield wiper motions and then swirl. Windshield wiper back and forth, and then we're going to swirl up right above my crease, and we're just going to build up that color a little bit and see how this works. So this is the first time I'm applying any of these colors on my eyes, and this one seems creamy, but not a lot of pigment. It looks like it takes quite a bit to build it up. You really can't see it all that well, even in my mirror, and see if that helps at all. Let's go in the crease. Yeah, that's a little bit darker. That might be able to work. Let's stick with that one. Just gonna blend until the cows come home, because that's how you do it. This color is creamy as well. It's just taking a little bit, it's a little bit darker than the other one, but it's still taking a little bit to build up in the crease. Switch over to this eye and see if we can get a little bit built up over here. So today I tried to film this morning and do a wear test on a foundation I was going to test out, and it was an epic fail. The dog started barking because groceries were being delivered. Alan, my youngest, started crying. It was it was a hot mess. So I had to wipe everything off and film this one now during nap time. Okay, so we have that all over the lid and in the crease, and so let's go a little bit darker, and how about we'll try this one over here. It's kind of like a dark brown with a little bit hint of burgundy, it kind of looks like. This one actually, oh, now that I'm putting it on, it's a little bit patchy, and I remember that in the swatch. This one was a little bit patchy. Darn. Okay, well, no big deal. We'll just blend, 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 and then blend some more. I'm just gonna put that in the crease and then in the outer V part. Kind of deepen that crease a little bit. Just go back and forth with that same E35 brush. And then a little bit on the bottom lash to kind of make a, or top lash line, but bottom V part is what I meant to say. And try to build it up. I'm trying to bring it a little bit above my crease, but the pigment of the shadow doesn't seem to want to stick. It's kind of, can you see it's real patchy right here in this area? It's not wanting to stick. Let me see if I can blend it with a clean brush. Blend it out a little bit more. Yeah, it's just real patchy. It's not really wanting to blend. Well, that's just the way the pigment is in this palette, I guess. I honestly haven't done a lot of reviews on this palette to see, or read very many reviews to see what people think about it. It's been out for a couple months, and I feel like people are talking about it, and it was sold out at first, so I can assume that people like it, but it's very patchy on the eye. So, and it, let's try over here. It doesn't seem to be wanting to adhere to my eyelid at all in a smooth way. And when I swatched it, it was pretty patchy as well. This color was. So we'll just see if we can build up the color a little bit and kind of blend it out. I may have to put another color over it just to try to blend in the patchiness, because nobody wants patchy eyelids. Yeah. This eyelid is very bad. It's very patchy in this area. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with this, let's do this darker color down here that we went to, and just kind of try to blend it a little bit. See if we can blend that patchiness of the darker color in. Lighten it up so it's not so obvious. Yeah, I'm not quite sure that we're going to be able to get it. I even have an eye primer on, so yeah, it's just the pigment is going to just be patchy. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Let's see, let's move on to the eyelid, and I kind of want to do this shimmer down here. It's kind of a taupe looking shimmer. And I'm just gonna take a Sigma E25 brush and I'm gonna dip into this. Not much is coming off on the brush. This one swatched really well, so, and I'm just gonna tap it onto the lid. Okay, nothing is going onto my lid. Can you see that? There is nothing coming. There's a little bit on the brush, and I'm tapping it onto the lid, and you literally cannot see it. What is going on? Let me try my finger. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I guess this is one where you have to use your finger. That's very disappointing. This palette is not what I thought it was gonna be, I'll be honest. This pigment is very creamy, but not very pigmented, if that makes sense. You have to kind of build it up for it to show up, and put it on with your finger, which I don't really care to put shadows on with my fingers. But it is what it is, so gotta work with it. Ooh, that's pretty. It's a very pretty color. Let's see if I can build it up a little more. Just kind of tapping it on and pressing it into my eyelid. The inner about 3/4. I wish I could blend out this patchiness a little more, because it's really bugging me that it's so patchy. And that helped a little bit. Okay, well, let's see it. Now this side is a little bit uneven. Isn't that the way it goes, huh? You start trying to fix something and then you make it worse. That's the life. Okay, so now I want to use, let's see if I want to use this one or this one. I think I want to use that one. Okay, so then on my very inner corner eye, I'm going to dip into this one right here. It's very shimmery white color, and I'm really hoping that on the very inner corner of my eye it'll show up nicely. Oh yeah, very pretty. That's beautiful. Just on the inner corner right here. This is what I expected from the other one, to be able to put it on with a brush and just kind of tap it in. My inner corner. I'm going to bring it down just on my bottom tear duct, just a little bit. And then on my bottom lash line, I think I might go in with this same darker shade right here that I did in my crease. Just gonna tap into that, go along my bottom lash line, just about 3/4 of the way in, just lightly. kind of warm that up. Okay, and then we're gonna use this same, actually, let's use this one. It's a little bit less shimmer than the one we used on the inner corner, and I'm just gonna highlight my, right here, my brow bone, just under the arch and then down. On both sides. How pretty this color is. What a beautiful color. Okay, I'm gonna take another blending brush and I'm just gonna blend this all together. Make sure it lays really nicely. There's no harsh lines. Everything blends. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna put my mascara on and then I'll be right back with a final look. Okay, I'm back. I got my mascara on and set my face with my MAC Fix Plus, brain fart. And so my thoughts about this palette are, a couple of the colors are a little bit patchy when they're swatched on your arm, as well as when you put them on. That's kind of a bummer, but for as many colors as you get in this palette, I mean, you get 7 times 5, so 35 colors in this palette for $38. I kind of feel like a couple of the colors are allowed to be patchy. I feel like you'll probably never hit pan in any of these colors. Maybe a couple of the transition colors, you know, these colors up here, because those colors you can use as a base for most every look. But I really don't feel like any of the other colors you would really hit pan on. And I feel like for about $1 a piece, it's not a bad deal. Most of the colors in here, the majority, I would say 95% of the colors in here are beautiful. They swatch really nicely. They're creamy. They're very pigmented. They're beautiful when they go on. They're beautiful when they swatch. And Jaclyn did a really good job with this palette. So A++ from Kimberly Beauty on this Jaclyn Hill palette. I will continue to use it and continue to create eye looks for it. I think it's well worth the money, and like I said, they're beautiful. So before I go, let me just run down what I have on the rest of my face. So for foundation, which really it's not a foundation, it's a tinted moisturizer, I have the Make Sense from Senegence tinted moisturizer in light. I sealed that baby with the Wander Beauty foundation powder in medium. And for my blush, I have Hourglass Ambient Luminous Flush. In this color, I have on my brows a mix of L'Oreal Stylist L'Oreal Stylist, come on now, L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in brunette on the underneath and combed up, and then Anastasia in taupe, the brow powder in taupe, the dark portion of it. What else do I have on? Grande Mascara Lash Boosting Formula for my lashes. And for my lips, I have a Lip Sense. This is Orchid Gloss. Very pretty, kind of shimmery pink gloss on my lips. Oh, and for my primer, I use my Ride or Die Guerlain and Studio Fix for my face setting, and bronzer. What did I use for bronzer? I used the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. Here we go, as big as my face for my bronzer. And no concealer today because with the tinted moisturizer and the Wander Beauty, I didn't need it. So that's it for today. Thank you ladies for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so that I know, and please come back, subscribe if you would be so kind. That would help me out a lot, and I will see you in my next video.